Hey there, my beautiful friends and fellow painters of the world. Today I want to share with you a completely free seven day painting challenge. This is a downloadable ebook kind of, I guess, that's going to give you instructions on how to do. They're all very simple. 7 different paintings that you can do over 7 different days. You don't have to do this in like 7 days in a row if you don't want to, but the idea of it is to challenge yourself to do a painting a day for a full week. So I'm going to take you over to my laptop here and I'm going to show you. This is on my website. It will be linked below for you to go ahead and get really quick. So coming over here, this is the link you're going to see when you pull up the website that's linked in the description below this video. So you're going to pull this up. This is my personal website as an author and artist. And you're going to scroll down to where it says download the painting book. There's actually a couple different buttons to download it on this page, but you can go on ahead and just click to get the free challenge workbook. And from there, you're going to get the full PDF. This is a PDF file. It is printable. However, I don't really necessarily recommend printing it because there's a lot of color used in it that it's going to take a lot of ink if you do want to print it. So it's probably just best to go ahead and save it to your device some way somehow. So then you can come back and pull it up. So this is the free beginner 7-day painting challenge. Now I'm going to go ahead and take you through the pages of this whole challenge book for you. If you don't want to see the paintings in advance, like if you're someone that you like a little bit of a surprise, that is something you can like look forward to each day, seeing the new painting and not knowing what you're gonna make that day, go on ahead and you can like pause the video now and just go on ahead and download it for yourself, and you'll see all the paintings later as you actually do them. But otherwise, I want to take you guys through this just page by page and kind of just give you a couple tips and tricks and just show you around a little bit of a tour here. So included in this workbook are 7 total paintings that you can create on your own. Full picture tutorials, step by step. They're all very, very simple and easy for beginners. And additionally, you can do any of these paintings in either acrylic or watercolor paint. Even oil if you're an oil painter at heart and you want to go ahead and do that. Most commonly for beginners, I recommend doing it in acrylic because personally I find acrylic is the easiest to work with for beginners. But you can certainly do it with watercolor if you want. And for a bonus challenge, if you want, you can actually do like the whole 7-day challenge in acrylic paint for 1 week, and then maybe the next week you come back and you do it all again in watercolor, and then you can kind of compare and contrast your results of this is what this painting looks like in acrylic and this is what it looks like in watercolor. You know, just a little added fun thing you can do. Above all, just remember that this is all just for practice. This is just a practice, even though it's called a challenge. The challenge is sticking to it. That is the main challenge, is just sticking through it and sticking through to the end with the whole 7-day painting process. Again, you don't have to do it 7 days in a row. If you skip a day, totally fine, not a big deal. Just come back and do it again, and you're gonna get there to the end. I promise you that. So here are some of the paintings that we've got in store. This PDF is also hyperlinked, so you can click on any picture and go to the corresponding day if you'd like. But these are just examples of each of the paintings that are included. So let's go one by one. Each day that you go through is going to tell you what you're going to be making. I mean, obviously. And then also whatever paint colors you are going to need to complete that painting for that day. So you might need different colors for different days, or, you know. In general though, for this painting challenge, you're only going to need the 3 primary colors, white and burnt umber or brown, or raw umber or black or gray. There's not any other colors that are needed. You can actually mix from those original colors. For example, here on day 1, you'll need pink. However, to get pink, if you know, you can just mix red and white. If you've got red paint and white paint on hand, just go ahead and mix them together to make pink. Also green which if you've got green on hand, great, go on ahead and use it. If you don't, and you didn't already know, you can just mix blue and yellow together to get green. It's a whole thing with color theory, and if you're into or interested in learning about color theory, check out my color theory free painting class as well. But again, each one of these days is gonna go step by step here. I don't know why I switched into that accent there, but step by step on how to paint the full picture so that, again, by the end, this is day 1, we get a coneflower, as it's so eloquently called. Now we can go on and we'll just go through each one of these so you can see. Day 2 is the palm tree breeze day. Again, there's hints here of how you can mix 2 colors together to get each of these colors if you don't already have like orange and pink paint tubes, or if you're working with watercolors, they're not already on your palette. You can just go on ahead and mix yellow and red to get orange, mix red and white again to get pink. Now when I say either like black or raw umber, personally I'm someone who I like to use raw umber, and I don't like to buy black. I like to use raw umber or make my own black out of raw umber. But raw umber itself is dark enough to act as black, so whether you've got raw umber on hand or even a really dark gray or black, either one will work for just about any of these paintings. And again, step-by-step instructions with pictures included so you know what you're doing. These are all very, very simple paintings that you can get done in probably like 10 minutes or less, each one of them. I mean, plus cleanup time. We know it takes a while to clean up, you know, paints and stuff. Sometimes we get messy with it, but see, like here with these palm trees swaying in the breeze, I did this with raw umber, I think, in this picture, but again, it kind of looks the same as black, so just any kind of dark color that you can use for like a shadow, essentially, is what that's for. Day 3, we've got the beachy paws. I actually really love this one. This might be my favorite of all of them. You'll need some tan for this one. I left a hint for you guys. It is tricky. But if you mix yellow with a little bit of brown, or burnt umber is actually ideal if you've got burnt umber, but if not, just a little bit of brown and with yellow, mix them up together and you'll get a nice tan hue. And again, this is another one where you can use either brown or burnt umber. Personally, I like to use burnt umber, but if you don't have any, just substitute with brown, and it doesn't really make that big of a difference in these paintings. Again, step by step to create some nice little paw prints on the beach. Really, really cute. Very simple techniques. This one is actually using the dabble painting technique, which is very nice, especially with acrylic paint. It's a very nice technique to practice and use if you want to use it in future paintings on your own after the 7-day challenge. That'd be really great. Adding the water in there on that one to get a finished result with the waves. Day 4, the sunflower, or as I like to call it, the sunny flower. You'll need 2 different shades of yellow for this one, so you'll need something like a medium, just regular yellow, and then a light yellow, which you can just use this yellow that you've already got out and just add a little bit of white to it. That'd be totally fine. Going on, you can see how it all comes together by the end. Very simple to get to the finish result. Day 5 is our mountainous view, so this one's kind of like a little landscape. And I guess I should have also mentioned, you can do these on like any size of paper. I think when I practiced with them, I did them on like very small papers because I wanted, like, you know, like the Polaroid looking painting sizes. I wanted to make it almost look like it was on a Polaroid camera. So I did it with pretty small papers, but you can of course do this on bigger paper, or even canvas if you want to use like stretch canvas or canvas boards, whatever you've got laying around that you want to use. Just remember that this is, even though it's called a challenge, it's just for practice, so just practice with it. This painting takes a little bit of blending, so you got to practice your blending techniques, your blending skills here to get this one going really well. Adding a couple of different shapes there to get a finished realistic result. Day 6 is the rose, which is really good to do in either acrylic and or watercolor. I actually really like doing this one in watercolor because the nature of the watercolor makes it very pastel and very wispy on the page, and the translucent part of the water makes it look really, really nice when you do roses in watercolor like this. But whatever you want to use, if you want to use acrylic, like I think this example is in acrylic, or you can use watercolor, or do it in both and just see what happens, right? Day 7, your final day, is the whimsical butterflies, I like to call it. This one's probably the most challenging. It is still very simple, but probably the most involved of all of them, which is why we saved it for day 7, siete. So you almost kind of create like a shark fin shape to create one wing and then the second wing. But again, everything is step by step with pictures, so it shouldn't be too awfully complex in how you do these. And then once you've got that all done and good to go with a little bit of lavender buds there, I really do like that one too. After that, what's next? Well, after that, of course, if you're seeing this video, you can always check. I have a lot of free painting classes here on YouTube and over on my website that you can always check out. And if you want to take it even further, you can check out some premium painting classes and courses on my own Canvas Academy learning platform that are great for teaching you not just how to paint. Like, we did some flowers in this whole painting challenge, which I've got a whole course on how to paint flowers and petals, you guys, that I know you'll absolutely love. And I've also got another course coming out that is all about landscapes. We did a couple of different landscapes type of pictures in this painting challenge as well. Plus things like fruits, how to paint like still life fruit pictures, even some like Disney themed or like cartoon themed pictures. And of course, my all-time favorite, how to paint portraits for beginners, teaching you how to paint someone's face, like an actual face, step by step from beginning to end, even if you've never really even painted much of anything before, let alone a face. So again, this was just a quick fire like run through of the 7-day painting challenge. The link is below to get the full painting challenge. I really hope you guys go on ahead and check it out. I'm really glad that I am able to offer you guys free painting resources like this. I really like connecting with you guys through painting, so I really hope you do enjoy it. Let me know if you do. And I hope to also see you again in future like artist to artist chats here, or other painting tutorials and free classes and premium classes that I post here as well. So until the next time we meet again, later, all of you, my fellow artists.